welcome into Dwyer Field at Atrium Stadium on the campus of Mason High School and Mason Middle School. Welcome into the first week of the 2020 season for Friday Night Football. Tonight we bring you the matchup between the Fairfield Indians and the Mason Comets here on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com. Greg Miller hanging out with you along with Zach Redmond for this game. Zach, interesting year this year, of course, only the 6-game season, so getting off to a fast start is paramount. What do both of these teams have to do to get off on the right foot?
Well, Greg, I think you brought up a good point. Obviously, with the unusual off-season, both teams just need to play clean football, and both teams are starting freshman quarterbacks, or shouldn't say freshmen, but inexperienced quarterbacks. So it's going to be very important, like you said, for them to get off to a fast start and play clean football, 6-game schedule. It's really going to be important. Every game's important. That's
definitely the truth. Looking at our visiting team, as you mentioned, lost their quarterback, lost their running back to UK, both of them graduated. So who's the player to watch on this Fairfield side as they try to build off a great 10-2 season last year?
Fairfield actually has quite an exciting young player. Jaden Mays, he plays offense, defense, punts, even holds the PATs. He's a really one of the most returning players, 416 yards rushing last year, 20 catches, 269 yards. So he's the player to watch for Fairfield.
And then on the other side, Mason also losing their quarterback to graduation, both the captain of their offense and defense. So who's going to have to hold water for Mason tonight if they want to come out with the win?
That's also going to be tailback Nolan McCormick. Started 0-3 last year. He only had 13 carries. The last 8 games, they really pumped that up. 84 yards a game in the last 8 games. They finished 5-3, kind of salvaged that season. So obviously with the inexperience at quarterback, they're going to rely on him tonight.
Well, 2 punters being the players to watch, certainly not what we expected, but 2 do-it-all guys for both teams. As both the Comets, as we see, going out onto the field, and the Fairfield Indians trying to get off to a 1-0 start in this 6-game season. We'll be right back with the kickoff here on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com for Friday Night Football.
Both teams have taken the field. We're just about ready to get the season underway.
ICRC Friday Night Football. We are back here.
Brings a tackle at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings.
Side, he's looking for Hughes. Hughes has the separation.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Auto sequence start.
And it's going to be a pick 6. Indians, touchdown.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Holy cow.
Fairfield kicker looking for the set. That'll be Nick Motti getting things started, the senior, waiting for the ready to go.
This is taking a minute.
It is taking a minute. And we're ready to go. Hand up. And the ball is in the air. It's a low kick. Returned by the up man. Broken a couple tackles, but taken down at the 30-yard line.
This kind of an interesting. They obviously did not want to
Jackson
kick it to the
Orlando on the
return. So they
return. He was brought
a
down
little bit of
by
line drive
Ray
squeeze. A
Honey.
little bit there.
Yeah, that was number 13, Jackson Orlando, one of the linebackers for Mason, getting the football and getting a nice little return as Mason will start out for their first offensive series. We'll see who's coming out in quarterback. The coaches have said, possibly seeing two different quarterbacks tonight.
Mason Mattingly, it looks like he's going to be out there to start.
Mason Mattingly, the sophomore, who served as the backup quarterback, but only had 4 passes last year. Looks like he'll get the first series at quarterback. Now, of course, as we mentioned, the player to watch, running back Nolan McCormick, but Zach, they've also got a big-time recruit at left tackle in senior Paul Rodriguez, the UK commit.
Oh, they do, and big's the key word there. 6'6", 305. Imagine he'll be running up the left side quite often.
There looks to be
Nolan
a quick
McCormick, the ball
handoff
carrier.
to
He was
player to
brought
watch,
down
Nolan
by
McCormick, but he is stuffed right at the
by
line,
Donovan
and
Hall.
that'll be a gain of maybe a yard, looking at 2nd and 9 here for the Comets.
And Fairfield has a good, defensive line now. They're returning Brandon Smith. He's a player to watch, number 50. 58 tackles, 10.5 sacks last season. So that's a senior to watch tonight as well on the defensive side.
Yeah, Fairfield coming out in the 3-3-5 stack defense as there's a pass to the right. That'll be a nice gain for number 11, Eli Jordan.
And that's a good, quick, easy slant pass there to get Mattingly kind of settled down, get him in a little rhythm.
As we mentioned, both teams bringing out new quarterbacks, so we'll see what happens there. As you see,
Both teams have taken the field. We're just about ready to get
2 yards to go.
on the replay here, a quick pass to the right, and just a nice, easy slant to get things started. But Mason will face their first 3rd down of the night on their first series. 3rd and about 2, as Mattingly's in the backfield with McCormick, tight end in motion. Snap it, Mattingly looking back, looking deep.
Ooh.
And I don't know, that might have been a little miscommunication. Looked to be 3 wide receivers kind of standing in the middle there, and Mattingly just has got to throw it over their heads.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Greg. 3rd and 2. I think you run that up the middle there with McCormick. Pretty risky throw. Looked a bit of miscommunication. Looked for the flag too, but that wasn't catchable. So.
Yeah, one of the best wide receivers they have returning, Brett Wexelblatt, who was 3rd on team in receptions last year, their top returning wide receiver. Just not able to find that one. Maybe a tough route or, not knowing where the ball's coming from. But that'll force Mason to go into punt formation. And as we mentioned, Nolan McCormick back to punt for the Comets. Take a couple steps, get it out to the right. Bounces up, decent punt, kind of a low one, but
we'll take it.
So that Fairfield had no chance to return it. And the Indians will get their first series started from their own 32-yard line.
And now they're starting.
As you look through the Fairfield offense, of course, the one name that pops out is Talon Fisher, their freshman quarterback, who will start for them tonight, starting a freshman. Only 1 pass attempt by a returning player, and that was on a kind of a gimmick play last year. So complete fresh green face as Fairfield brings out the freshman quarterback, sends a man in motion, but there's going to be a flag on the play. That's going to be a false start on Fairfield.
Yeah, and that's not the way you want to start off here. A little sloppy for both teams.
Yeah, that looks to be maybe on the left tackle, number 50, Brandon Smith, who might have jumped a little early. Very upperclassman laden offensive line. 2 juniors on the left, and then the center and the right side filled up with seniors. But so far, a quick mental mistake is going to cost the Indians 5 yards as they'll start 1st and 15 now from their own 27.
They have trust in quarterback here. They're going to let him chuck it.
Yeah, going 5 wide early. Oh, looks to be kind of a fake snap. Mason ready for it, and that's number 41 for Mason. Will Ott, the defensive lineman, not being fooled by the little bit of motion there.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
And Zach, what do you see here?
Let's see, they tried to get him jumping. He just held it right there, and yeah, I mean that's perfect defense right there when he didn't bite on the motion there, and
Yeah, that's junior Will Ott staying home there from his defensive end position to be able to stay home. They tried to fake it to Jaden Mays, who's, kind of the Swiss Army knife on the field.
I think you give it to him there, though. I think you give it to Mays. And there you go.
There's a run to the outside. This one goes to Mays. And he'll be pushed out of bounds, I believe, just before the 30-yard line. I'll actually say he stepped out a couple yards short, so he'll be back to about the 27, which puts Fairfield in a third and very long, third and about 16 out here. So
yeah, I think right here you play it safe right here. I don't think you let him throw it. I think run something, go ahead and punt it back.
So far, both offenses looking a little bit stagnant. Fairfield going the wrong way as they're in 3rd and 15. Fisher rolling out to the left. Is he going to throw it? No, he decides to run it. He's got a hole. He's got a hole, but
he was close. He's about to come about a yard short, yard and a half.
Yeah, he's going to come out about 2 yards short there, and it'll be 4th and 2 for Fairfield. And
safe play, almost worked out though.
Yeah, he looks to get a couple blockers and
too many green shirts.
For him, too many green shirts down the field. Mason, good job with the gang tackling and able to force a punt here. And once again, another one of those Swiss Army knives. Jalen Mays back to punt it back to the Comets.
Lewis is deep along with Nolan McCormick.
And the two players to
fake,
watch
it's a fake.
each other. It's a fake though.
Oh, risky, and he picked it up and a little more. Wow. Well, maybe that's why he's back there punting.
Yeah, nice to have one of your most athletic players on the field holding the ball, and whenever that happens, that can spell trouble. Mays keeps the ball, gets to the outside, and is just able to find a lot of wide open green grass. Gets about 11, takes the ball into Comet territory, and more importantly, gets a first down for Fairfield.
Exactly, and you saw the speed there. You saw why UK, Marshall, several military academies are looking at Jaden Mays as well. Like the play call, pretty aggressive early.
Yeah, aggressive early, but as we mentioned, with this short season, you got to get things started quick.
You do, and obviously Talon Fisher's big run there kind of set that up.
Yeah, and when you're playing for 2 downs like that, Mason was content just stopping him short of the line, but then it gave them an easy opportunity.
Fisher's going to keep it.
Fisher with the keeper gets about 3 yards there.
He
looked like he was going to go back to throw. It looks like Fisher's a lefty based on how he's been holding the ball. Hasn't thrown the ball yet, but a couple nice runs so far. Has ran the ball 3 times so far. 2 of them have been for decent gains. The first one on the read option, not so much, but Fairfield starting to move the ball a little bit here. Now to 2nd down and 7.
There you guys give it to the outside.
Give it to the outside. Run.
More.
Able to get out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. That's junior Trent Stevenson, the slot receiver, the slot back for Fairfield. Not giving the ball to Mays, but he's able to get to the outside. A little bit of a move to get away from the defenders, and he's able to pick up a nice gain there for Fairfield.
This is an interesting spread offense for Fairfield so far. Very run heavy, a lot of motion. Really, I think Mason right now, they got to bear down. They're getting too offset with the motions right now.
Yeah, a lot of window dressing as they'll fake the sweep and give it right up the middle. That's Malik Tate, the senior, who just gets a couple there, maybe 2 yards. So Mason able to get all over that, but Fairfield once again continuing with the late motion across the line, a lot of window dressing. What does that do for an offense when you have all that motion beforehand?
When that starts happening, especially at defenders, it gets their eyes moving, right? You're following here, you get the fake, he's going here, you start moving where your eyes move as a defender. So really it's just trying to twist them up, and as the quarterback's reading the end, whether he's going to hand off. It's a pretty simple read, and it's effective right now.
So far, very effective as there's a handoff to the right.
Nice cut back.
Cuts back to the middle, and that'll be about a yard short of the first down for Jaden Mays out there. Once again, getting the ball and able to get Fairfield number of needed yards to make this 3rd and short. And you can just see him breaking through the
Barreling
arm
through
tackles, couple arm tackles by the
Getting
Mason
One for the
linebackers,
Indians
and he's
of
just
the
not
Comets.
going down. You can tell he's a quick guy, and he's got a little finesse to him, too,
He
to break
does,
out some
yeah.
of those tackles.
Yeah, he's got a little juke, but he can run right through him.
All right, so far, all rushes by Fairfield. Have to assume they'll go there again on 3rd and 1. Mason bringing a little bit of press coverage up there.
Looks like
But-
a timeout, yep.
Yeah, just as the play clock running
Timeout.
down to 0.
Indians.
Looked like he was
Fairfield
trying
coaches-
to call him in motion, just wasn't paying attention, so.
Yeah, maybe a little
Wasted
bit
a
of
timeout.
confusion on the play there. And, of course,
Apollo Holmes says
you don't
when
want to take the
Mason is
5-yard
playing
penalty
football,
on
you
3rd
shouldn't
and
be worrying
1.
about
No.
heating, air conditioning,
No, you
plumbing,
never
or
want to take a
electrical
5-yard
problems.
penalty. So we'll get a
Let
look at
them take
Mason's
care of that
defense.
for you.
Yeah,
Find
Mason's
them on
defense,
the
you know,
web at
bringing back some
apollohome.com.
returners in, you know, D-lineman Nick
ApolloHome.com.
Molinari, Jackson Orlando, who, you know, received the opening kickoff.
Jimmy Johns is
A lot of
obsessed with
seniors,
things
and
that
then
normal
also
people don't
senior
even think
Big
about,
Joe Reed, who is
like
6'4",
slicing lettuce to
329
exactly
listed.
30
So
seconds.
I don't wanna be
certainly a
blocking
guy
him.
that can cause some issues.
Yeah, I mean, they have the
Visit your local
size,
Jimmy
and I
John's
think
in
right
Mason
now,
after the game tonight.
for the defense,
We'd like to thank Apollo Home.
they really
and
got to
Jimmy
maybe
John's
kind of bring it
for
down. You know, I saw they looked like
supporting
they were going to go a little press coverage there.
Mason Athletics.
You know, stick with these guys. They're getting a little out of position, but you got to force Fairfield to throw the football. Obviously, they don't have a lot of confidence right now in his ability to
Third
throw.
down. 1
Yeah,
yard
so
to
far,
go.
no throws by Fairfield so far, as they'll fake it to the right, fake it to the left as well. And wow,
like he
Talon
picked it up.
Fisher picked it up. It looked like he took 2 shots. You know, one big shot to go down, and then looked like he also took a knee to the head there. So hope to see he's okay. You
Teamed
can
up to
see
make a stop for the
That's right
Comets.
fake to
there.
the right, fake to the
The
left. He
ball
goes
carrier
right.
was the
And-
quarterback,
Ooh,
Talon
big
Fisher.
shot.
And watch that
First
knee there,
down.
too.
Fairfield.
Well, move the chains.
Looks to be okay. That looked like it was a little bit of a headshot, but you know, as he's going down, it's tough sometimes. So glad to see him still out there, as Fairfield will start 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He'll fake it again and go up the middle. This time, Mason seemed to be pretty ready
Ball
for it,
carrier
only
was
getting
Talon Fisher. He was stopped
maybe
by
a yard or 2.
Right. Well, they basically
Will
ran
Ott.
4 plays right now. This is what Fairfield's basically run. Right, left, bringing a guy in motion or the fake handoff.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of has. It looks like kind of the triple option there. Has the guy in motion. Usually there's a running back standing next to him, and then an ability to take it himself. So will be interesting to see if Mason starts to catch on to this offense as time goes on, because so far it's been very successful for Fairfield on a majority of their plays. Fisher will hand it off now. Broken
Break a
tackle. Oh, and a nice wrap up
play.
there. That was Malik Tate on the run, able to get away from a couple tacklers, but a very nice tackle to stop him at the 20 and force 3rd down.
See the replay, just patience right there.
Third
And then
down,
nice
6.
move. And then actually
From the 20.
wait for
of
number
the
12 to get
Comets.
off that block there.
Yeah, that's cornerback Ryan Kaplinger, able to come in, squeeze in from the outside, and make a very nice, good form tackle. So forcing 3rd down and 6 for the Indians. So far have picked up all but one of their 3rd downs that they converted on a 4th down. Still Fairfield's first possession. They'll hand it off.
Oh, big hole.
A big hole, and still moving, rumbling, stumbling, bumbling. And it took about 5 Comets to get him down.
Found a hole for
Yeah,
the
but I did
Indians.
like what Fairfield did there. They switched it up a little bit, got the little bunch sets
First
on
there
each
for the
side,
Comets
and
was
then brought a man in
Evans.
motion and just easy handoff.
Yeah, and you can see the Mason defense, you know, compact, but still kind of
You're
spread out
moving
to the
around,
sides.
exactly. You're still moving around. They're trying to, have someone trailing the man in motion. A little
First and
confusion down
goal
there right now,
now
obviously, on the
for
Mason
Indians
side.
From the
Yep, and it looks like
Mason
this will
10.
be spotted right at the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal for Fairfield now. Mason so far, after those first couple plays, not really able to find a stop that they needed, as Fairfield's taking it all the way down from, back deep in their own territory to the Mason 10-yard line.
This has been a heck of a drive.
They'll fake it, almost hit in the backfield, but able to get to the outside and pick up a couple of yards there. for Talon Fisher.
Talon Fisher.
Looked like Jackson Orlando was in the backfield early, but just not able to take Fisher down.
Tackled
And
near
he'll
the
pick up a
sideline
couple yards and make it
by
2nd
Will
and
Ott.
goal.
Yeah, we got time clicking off the clock here.
Yeah.
Well, it was, sorry. I missed it. Out of bounds.
Yeah, he went out of bounds.
But still, they've taken probably about 4 minutes off the clock here
Oh, yeah,
already.
I mean, we're
Second possession.
coming down on 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter, and this is still, Mason had a quick 3 and out, and then Fairfield's pretty much dominated the possession since.
Exactly.
You can see some of the Mason guys with hands on their hips, first game of the season trying to get back into football shape. They'll bring some motion, give it off, but tackled right away. That was Malik Tate again.
He looked like he took a headshot as well.
Yeah, and you can see him a little bit slow to get up, and there's a flag on the play.
He was stopped by.
Looks like it'll,
Tyler Horn.
it's looking like holding here on the Indians.
Flag is on the field.
Can't have that in the red zone. That is
Holding
a killer.
Fairfield.
It's kind of a late holding call.
Yeah, kind of a late
Flew
holding
in
call.
Quite late. Let's
But-
see where we're.
Yeah, you can see
Oh, yeah.
that's number 71, the center Ethan Tile there, who grabs the Mason
Little
defender
team
from
jersey.
behind. So that'll be the second penalty of this drive. A full start before their first play, and now something that could cost them 6 points is they're backed up now, 2nd and goal from about the 15, about the 14-yard line. Handoff to Mays on the left side, and he'll get
Picked up about what they lost there.
Yeah, about what they lost there, and it'll be 3rd and
Mays
goal.
carried it
Be interesting to
and
see what
Cameron
Fairfield
Asher brought him
goes
down.
with here. Do you think it's
I
4
think-
down territory, or do you think they try to
Oh,
go for
great.
a pass?
I don't know,
For
you know,
the Indians.
Fisher, I don't know, I haven't seen him as a passer. It's hard to say. I think now they're never to throw it, in my opinion. You
Yeah.
want to try to catch Mason off guard.
Fairfield's kicker, Nick Matty, shared the job last year, but he was 23 of 25 on PATs and 3 of 4 on field goals. So has hit a few, but it'll be interesting to see the thought process here, is if they're going for it right now or just trying to play for 4 downs.
Looks like he's going to throw it. Maybe.
Looks like he's going to throw it, but
Nope.
finds some room on the outside
Oh,
and gets pushed out at about the
Just short.
4-yard line. That looked to be a pass for Fisher, but
Yeah, that
he
was
looks to tuck and run
definitely
there.
a
Looking to
pass.
the left, everyone
The ball
covered,
carrier was
goes back
Talon
to the
Fisher.
right,
He
able to
was
get to
run
the
out of
outside,
bounds
but
by-
and you
Ryan
know, Greg, I would say
Kaplinger and
that's
Cade
there's a
Evans.
freshman right there a little bit for you. He got a little rattle. I'm sure that's what the coach is telling you. He dropped back, made one read, saw a defender
Nick
instead of
Matty
just
is
stepping
in
up,
to
continuing to
attempt
read. He
the field
decided to
goal.
take off.
yeah, I saw a little bit of pressure coming, but pocket was open in the front as Matty will come up for the field goal. This about a 20-yarder, and that kick
It's good.
is good and through, and Fairfield with a
Jaden
long
Mays was
drive,
over for the
taking up the
Indians.
majority
Nick
of the
Matty
first
kicked it
quarter,
through
coming from about
with
their own
2:13
30-yard
remaining in
line,
the
and
first quarter.
not able to seal the deal. The holding
Fairfield
penalty
3,
in the red
Mason
zone hurt him,
nothing.
and Fairfield not able to get the touchdown, but still able to
But-
jump out to a quick 3-0 lead, Zach.
Oh, exactly.
This
And
portion
so now
of
it's on
tonight's
Mason
game is
now.
brought to
You
you
know,
by Foreign
they got to be able to come back
Exchange
out and
South,
answer.
your
So
premier European and
at the end of the
import
day, you did
automotive
what you wanted to do. You got
specialist.
3 points.
Foreign Exchange
Yeah,
South
once
is
again,
proud to
you know,
sponsor Mason
I mean,
Athletics.
it's going on everywhere,
For all
with
your
all the
vehicle
COVID-19
service and repair
stuff,
needs,
Yep.
visit Foreign
short-
Exchange at
some uncertain times, getting ready for the
foreignx.com.
season, a shortened
Or call
season.
Austin
Every
at
game means that much more for
229-0888.
seeding purposes. So, you want to get out to a fast start. And so far, Mason stalled out right away, and Fairfield was able to at least take advantage for 3 points. And when you're on the road versus a good team like Mason, both these teams were playoff teams last year, you'll take the points you can get.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, especially, again, the freshman quarterback. I assume they probably made some changes to their offense. So, yeah, you'll take 3 points.
Matty with the hand up. He'll kick it once again.
Another squib.
Another low squib. That'll be another return.
Wow. He
And
made that
wow.
into nothing, and a little push and shoving
Jack
down at the far end.
Hutchinson again on the return for the Comets.
Jax Hutchinson on the return for the Comets, able to get the ball up a little bit further. He actually has returned both of those and has done a nice job as Mason will start from their own 35-yard line.
Begin at their own 35.
Yeah, I saw a little pushing and shoving down there. I don't know, Greg, if you noticed that down the far end. It's getting a little chippy.
Yeah, it does look to be getting a little chippy here. Obviously, first game, some
uncertainty going into the year.
Some uncertainty.
Of course, that was Jackson Orlando on the return, not touch.
And as we just heard, I thought, I was worried our media guy was messed up. That was actually Jackson Orlando again, not Jax Hutchinson. 2 Jaxes on the field.
2 Jaxes, yeah, I was going to say
that was Nolan McCormick.
That's a run up the middle to Nolan McCormick, and he'll pick up a couple yards. And
Brandon Smith
Mason
made the stop.
Hopefully getting out to a better start than their first drive, able to get some yards, but stalled out on 3rd and 2. So far, they put themselves in good position in a 2nd and 3 after a nice run up the middle
Mason 42.
for Nolan McCormick. So far, only 1 pass attempt by both teams as we come on to just about 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Under center, they'll hand it off to McCormick again.
It's going to be close. Looks like he picked it up.
It was
maybe a half yard. It looks like it'll be about a half yard short, so it'll be 3rd and inches as we see Mason's offense out there. As we mentioned earlier, number 78, Big Paul Rodriguez, the UK commit, is the stalwart of that offensive line. You can see him.
He looks like Orlando Pace out there, man.
Monstering over the rest of the Mason offense. SEC commit, he's definitely a guy that can help out this offense as they try to run a quick QB sneak.
Oh, I think they got it. I think they him.
Be interesting to see. Right now, they're putting it right at about the 30-yard line. Would be interesting to see the spot.
Nope, not a first down.
And it looks like they will give him the first down on the.
That was a hard-earned first down.
Quick first down by Mason Mattingly. Mason Mattingly getting the first and the second series. Mattingly, one of 2 quarterbacks listed. Sophomore Mattingly and junior Michael Molnar were both listed as quarterbacks. So will be interesting to see if we see Molnar at all today. Mattingly, as a freshman, did have 4 pass attempts last year, so he might be in the lead currently in this quarterback competition, but don't be surprised to see 2 quarterbacks at some point. A little bit of motion there. Rolling out to the left. A lot of pressure, but he'll get up.
Yeah, nice play there.
And get out 7 yards, about 6 yards there for Mason Mattingly. Is a little bootleg, and he looked to be able to kind of cut back and pick up a nice game there, Zach.
Yeah, both these quarterbacks can run, as we can see. The athleticism, just looking. Nope, he's just going to tuck it and run. And that's what a bootleg allows you to do, though. It kind of gets you out of the pocket, gets him open, gets a little momentum going. And then, he was able to make a read and take it.
As we come to the end of the first quarter here, first quarter dominated by the first Fairfield drive, but still just a 3-0 game. So join us here just in a second as we start the second quarter. Fairfield 3, Mason nothing here on ICRC-TV.
When you are seated in your
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
Welcome back to Dwyer Field at Atrium Stadium here in Mason, Ohio for week 1 of Friday Night Football on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com. So far in this game, Fairfield leading the Mason Comets 3-0 as we start the second quarter. Mason driving right now, just got into Fairfield territory. Second down, they'll hand it off to Nolan McCormick, who will get about 2 yards and
the give was
third
to
down and 2
Nolan
for the Comets.
McCormick.
McCormick running up the middle a lot, has found kind of some mixed bag of success in his first 5 or 6 runs, Zach.
Been a little hit or miss there, obviously. Fairfield zoning in on him. Had a nice 7-yard run, but otherwise it's been bottled up. Now we're at 3rd and 2, so I'm interested to see. Last time Mason was on 3rd and 2, they went ahead and threw the ball. We saw that one.
Yeah, on their first drive.
So it'll be interesting to see if they just go back to McCormick. That's probably what they'll do here.
Yeah, McCormick last year averaging about 4.5 yards a carry. Looks to be a quarterback run for Mattingly.
Ooh, took a hit though.
He'll get about 4 yards and take a nice hit, but that'll be a first down for the Comets.
I think we're in for a run-heavy game.
That's what it looks like so far. Maybe a quick game. Be home for dinner at this point.
Yeah, the way it's going.
So far, only our third possession into the second quarter, and both teams, very
run-oriented.
Very into the run so far. Only one pass attempt, and that was incomplete on that
wasn't
3rd and 2.
yeah.
There have been a couple look-to-be design passes that the quarterbacks have kept it, but only one pass has been thrown so far as we're more than a minute into the second quarter. A little bit of motion to the top of the screen. Maybe a screen pass. No! They'll try to run the quick post to Eli Jordan, but that pass just a little bit too far by
He had
Mattingly.
about a half step on him, but yeah, just a little too high and away.
Second down and 10.
Looked to be some nice motion there by Colby Lewis, looking like they're going to run a screen, and then just turns and runs the post. But
it was there.
Just a little bit too high.
Those are the ones you can't miss, but kind of intermediate throws are where you see a lot of young quarterbacks struggle with, though. The intermediate.
Yeah, trying to get the ball out of his hand quickly. Maybe a little bit too much mustard on that one. And unfortunately, that will be an incomplete pass, but there'll be a flag out there. Mustard on that one.
Looks like.
So it looks like it'll be a flag on the play.
So yeah, they only had 10 players on the field.
So Mason caught.
Did Mason call that in?
I don't believe so. It looked like the flag was already thrown, but
was it? Okay.
Looks like they'll take the 5-yard penalty. A little bit of confusion on the Mason sideline.
There was no penalty on the play.
They're not actually going to call a penalty, I guess. Just not enough men on the field, so they'll move it back, and it'll be 2nd and 10 again. Hopefully Mason can find that 11th player to get out of formation.
I'm honestly not sure what happened there, to be honest. I know there's 10 men, but I don't know why there wasn't a penalty. It looked okay, so it was the Mason coach calling it in. So it looks like they were going to give it. They just gave it to him as the pass went incomplete. Or nope, false start. No.
Yeah, quick pass with flag thrown right away.
Comets, 5-yard penalty.
This has been a little uneven so far for Mason, I would say it nicely.
Yeah, it looks like they've been very up and down, stopping some runs right away on defense, letting some runs squirt through, and then so far on offense, have had some decent plays, but, not able to convert either of their pass attempts so far. And now they're getting into the penalty column, and this will be 2nd and 15. And the one thing that you don't want, Zach, with a young quarterback is 2nd or 3rd and very long.
Not at all, Greg. And so it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Let them throw it.
Snap back. It looks like it'll be a little screen to McCormick. Lots of open room on the left side, and he will get tackled.
That is a great play there.
Number 16, the free safety, Josiah Jackson, able to take it down, but
they're going to use that rush against them. They pin their ears back and squirt it out.
Yeah, and it looked to be only lots of open room on the left side. And looked to be only about 1 or 2 defenders on the left side, so ton of room there for McCormick, and he gets the first down, but Mason getting stopped back on first down, so it'll be 2nd and 12 from about the 25-yard line. So far, the only complete pass of the night has been a screen pass, but will be interesting to see if some of these easy throws start to go, and maybe Mattingly can start to get into a little bit of a groove back there.
Just start completing a few, you get more comfortable.
Mattingly in the shotgun. There'll be a free rush.
And that was Mays right there coming off the end. Looks like he snuck up.
Yeah, Mays able just rushing off the end, almost getting Mattingly on his blind side. Some great awareness to see it and just throw the ball to the feet of McCormick.
That's part of that 3-3-6 that Mason run, or not 3-3-6, 3-3-5, sorry. That Mason runs, and he plays the spur, what they call it there. So he kind of moves all around. So that's an important play for Mattingly to kind of pay attention to. Where is he at? That number 19. Where's 19?
Yeah, he's not the, you kind of think of a strong safety and free safety. He's kind of like that, hybrid safety that you'll see him move around quite a bit.
Exactly.
And you can see him coming right off the left side there and almost got Mattingly. Mattingly will run a little quarterback keeper here. Not a whole lot there, and will get the ball to about the 23-yard line, so it'll be 4th and 9. See what Mason's going to do here. Right now, the offense is staying out there. For Mason, did not have a field goal, a good field goal last year. New kicker this year, so no field goal attempts so far by anyone on the roster, and it looks like they're going to stay out here.
I saw Ben Fosnot, the tight end, running back in with Nolan McCormick. So, yeah, they are looking. Looks like they're going to take a timeout, discuss it.
Mason.
Yeah, they'll call their first timeout here on 4th and 8. Big moment here early in this game with his, as run heavy as this game has been. Possessions few and far between. So big play here early for the Comets as they're down 3-0.
Yeah,
just a few minutes into the second quarter.
I don't know, Greg. I think it's tough. I don't, I know they had some kicking issues last year. We kind of mentioned that earlier.
Only attempted 3 and made none of them last year.
We're looking at about 39-yarder.
Yeah, about 39 yards.
About 39-yarder, or they could go for it.
A proud sponsor of Mason Athletics.
Usually, you look most of these kids, unless you've got a big leg. Usually, much more than 35 or so yards is not really something that these coaches want to try, unless you've got you happen to have one of those big leg potential college kickers there. And so far, it doesn't seem like Mason has one of those, and in this position, you're kind of in no man's land.
Right. No, and I don't disagree. I just, you wonder, you don't get this. Fairfield gets the ball back with the way they're able just to bleed that clock.
And you can see out there the bandit safety, Ray Coney, sophomore, does look to have a big cast on the right hand. So far has not really affected him at all, but be interesting to see, if he gets some fingertips on the ball, whether or not he can hold on for an interception. 4th down for the Comets, and
that's
it looks
be
like
a false start.
That'll be a little bit of movement.
Oh, Greg.
By number 75, Skylar Horn. Both the right guard and right tackle happen to move a little bit.
Those are the penalties that keep a coach up at night, right there.
Yeah, maybe looking for a hard count, maybe trying to get it into 4th and manageable or into field goal range, but that'll back them up even more and make this just that much more difficult. 4th and very long, so expect to see Mattingly try to loft the ball up here, but it'll be interesting to see what the Indians do. Would you bring pressure here if you were Fairfield?
Oh, I'm bringing all the pressure. Yeah, I mean, obviously you got to make sure Mattingly can run, so you got to keep that in mind, but yeah, I definitely bring the pressure.
Mattingly looking left, deep throw.
Oh, nice defense. No.
And that'll be
that was just good defense right there.
Yeah, that'll be just over Wexelblad, of course, the highest usage returning wide receiver.
And Fairfield only brought 3, so they still got pressure. So that was just good defense.
And you can see that was actually Ray Coney there on the coverage, able to get the hand up. Ball actually sailed over both their heads. A little bit of a sail in that ball, but great coverage by Fairfield, and they'll take over for their second possession of the night. First possession backed up a little bit, able to get it to 4th and 2, faked the punt, and then got into within the 10-yard line, had a penalty, and then had to settle for a field goal. Let's see what they do here. Run out to the right by Malik Tate.
And Tate's the transfer, actually, he played Woodward last year. So that's his first year at Fairfield.
First year at Fairfield, as they said, they've been running their kind of Swiss Army knife do-it-all player in Jaden Mays, and then Malik Tate getting a few runs there as well. So seem to be the 2 focal points of the offense.
It's all running.
Second down,
you can't take that away from Fisher, though, either. He's made some plays.
Yeah, he's made some plays with his feet so far. The freshman starting his first game, as this is week 1.
Ooh,
handoff.
That's a nice hole, and he just keeps churning.
Malik Tate with the ball again, up the middle. He'll get a pretty nice gain there and make it third and very manageable. Third and about.
He earned every yard of that.
Third and about 3 here for Fairfield.
Take a look at that. Nice hole right at the second level, though, gets met and just keeps turning those legs. Three guys that are bringing him down.
Yeah, it looked like Fairfield did a nice job there. Even though they got pushed back a little bit, able to open the hole for Tate, and then Tate just taking on those linebackers and those defensive backs, keeping the legs churning, and now it's 3rd and 3. Little fake handoff, and that'll be a keeper by Fisher, and that looks like that'll be a stop about a yard short. So 4th and 1. Interesting to see what Fairfield does here.
And they're gonna punt it.
Well, they're gonna go into the punt formation as we saw last time. Once again, when you have a skill player as your punter, anything can happen. So Jaden Mays back to punt, but Mason's already seen this once, so we'll be interested.
They better be ready this
Mays
time.
Back to punt.
Fool you once, shame on them. Fool you twice, shame on you.
Jack Hutchinson.
Let's see, Mays. Nope, he'll
kick
actually punt this one off.
Line drive.
Across the 50, into Comet territory.
That was a nice return.
And that'll be number 2, Jackson Hutchinson, on the return, able to catch that line drive. And, the 2 gunners kind of got there right as he was, able to run right past them, and then able to get a nice
you got to get hang
return.
time on that, Greg. You have to get hang time on the punts. That's a perfect example of why you don't want to line drive those. You don't give anybody any time to get down there and get in position.
Yeah, everyone kind of spread out, still running down there.
Yeah.
Momentum going the other way, and
big hole.
Hutchinson able to just go right through a bunch of them and give Mason great starting field position as they start.
Well, they actually made a change at quarterback. Michael Molnar, the junior.
Yeah, it's a change. Michael Molnar, the junior, so
he's
we'll
going to keep it.
See what he does here.
And nothing going.
Michael Molnar was the ball carrier.
As we mentioned, we'd see 2 quarterbacks starting, but across from him, you can see the 3-3-5 stack that Fairfield has. Some big guys up front, but of course the safety that we want to look at, the Spurs safety, Jaden Mays, and then twin brothers Josiah and Jordan
Jackson,
the 2 sophomores playing cornerback and safety, as we'll go under center here, 2nd and 11 here for Molnar.
Michael Molnar
hands it off to McCormick, and
to
he'll get a couple yards back, but that'll still be 3rd and about 7 for the Comets, and
Quentin Jim and
calling it 3rd and 6.
Omar Stay
Big moment here for Mason. Got great starting field position. Definitely don't want to punt the ball back to Fairfield.
No, but they've been 1 or 2 3rd and shorts. Otherwise, they've been 3rd and long. You don't seem to have the confidence in the quarterbacks.
See what Molnar does here. Under center again, bunch to the right. He'll fake it, turn to the left. He's throwing.
Oh, pass complete.
It's a completed pass there
to
Wexelblatt. He's been thrown out a couple times. Finally gets his first reception as he goes out to the left. You can see here a little fake to McCormick. Turns around and
wide open.
Just able to get between the 2 levels of the defense there is Wexelblatt.
And he's at all targets tonight, I think, too.
Yeah, I don't know if Ray Coney, just got out of his zone.
It was a really good fake, Greg. Honestly, that was just
able to kind of get the whole team going to the right and wide open on the left side.
Another rush.
Another little screen pass. McCormick able to get a couple yards out there. Not quite as successful as the first time, but still a nice.
They're a little more ready
3
for that
yards
one.
there for McCormick.
was there to bring down the
See, letting all the
receiver.
defenders get back. A little dumb, but
yeah, I
a
almost
couple of the
wonder if
linebackers staying home.
he gets that out a little more, he might be able to run with it.
Yeah, it looked like he maybe had a little bit of a tough time catching it, maybe a low throw, so took him some time. He lost his momentum trying to catch it and then spin. But it'll be 2nd down here for the Comets. Snap to Molnar. He'll keep it again. Not too much there, maybe 2
Michael
yards.
Molnar squeezed ahead to the 15-yard line. Jaden Mays.
3rd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be 3rd and about 5 here from the 14-yard line. Looking to get to the 9-yard line to get a first down.
Third down
Time
now,
ticking
5
away
to go.
as with
This
all the
game's
rushing
moving.
in this game. This
Yeah.
game's been moving, so just about 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. This is only the 5th possession of the game so far. Fairfield had a 3-and-out, Mason had a 3-and-out, and then a long drive by Fairfield and a decently long drive by Mason, and now we're on the 5th drive and time's ticking away.
Moving quick.
3rd down, Molnar now in the shotgun.
Oh.
Took a little too long to develop. Not really a place whether to keep it or give it. And
I mean, those are tough. You're putting it right in his belly, and you got to make a quick decision: pull it or keep it, or pull it and leave it. And it looked like he was Molnar was a little unsure what he wanted to do.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of flinched for a second, and that play was blown up from the beginning. And when you flinch and think about it for a second, then you're in a tough spot. But it looks like Mason will be lining up for the field goal. That'll be Michael Timets on for about a 33-yarder here. The sophomore gets into the kick. And
Looks good.
plenty of
leg there.
Plenty of leg
They
there.
probably could have went for it last time.
Good.
Probably could have went ahead and kicked the field goal last time with that leg.
Yeah.
Michael
Mason
Lou
listing
is the
2
Connor
kickers
Holder,
as their
and
kicker from last year
Michael
graduated,
Timotz
but
kicked it
so
through.
far Michael Timets, the sophomore, making a good impression in his first game kicking, hitting the 33-yard
With
field goal to make
2:22
it
remaining
3-3
in the first
with
half. This game is
just
tied
over 2 minutes to
at
go
3.
in the half. This game is tied up. Zach, so far in this game, rushing's kind of ruled both teams keeping the ball on the field so far, but with 2 minutes to go, do you think you go content and just, 3-3 at halftime, no problem, we get the ball first, or do you think they go for it?
Fairfield right now, we haven't seen him throw the ball. Yeah, I think you're just going to have to run it. I think in this situation, you're playing a little safe. Maybe you think Mays or somebody might be able to break a play for you. But, yeah, I don't think you're going to see him dropping
pass or
back.
something, but
Yeah, and I don't see them getting into it. They might try to get in a little 2-minute hurry up, but I don't see them, chucking it around the yard today.
Yeah, Fairfield, so far 2 drives. One was a 3-and-out, but their one drive to score the 3 points took about 9 or 10 minutes off the clock, as there's a high kick that's caught at about the 22-yard line. Mason able to wrap him up at about the 34. So you're looking at, 66 yards or so to go with 2 minutes, 17 seconds.
Right, but, that's pretty solid field position.
Yeah, both kickers just trying to do those, shorter kicks. One with the lob kick by Mason, and then kind of the squib kick by Fairfield. So neither kicker getting it real far, but good decent field position for Fairfield to start. Actually marking it at about the 35.
And Fairfield has 2 timeouts, so they have some timeouts to work with as well. So it'll be interesting, to see what they come out with. Actually, they have a new single caller.
Yeah, they have someone new coming out.
Nice.
Kiaran Love is going to hand it off. Oh, and there's a big push, but there's a flag back at about the 34-yard line. Be interesting to see what it is. Possibly holding, but also was kind of near the tacklers, so we'll be interesting to see what it is.
Quarterback.
And I'm curious.
Personal foul. They're going to call face mask on one of the tacklers there for Mason.
I'm kind of curious what the change was here. As it looks like at quarterback.
You can see the grab there early, and that'll be 15 yards for Fairfield. And when you're trying to get the ball downfield quickly, getting 15 yards without any time running off the clock.
You can't do that. You can't do that on defense. And now they're in business.
Yeah, and we'll be interested to see what they do with quarterback Kiaran Love in the backfield. He looked at the throw.
He's going to chuck it.
He's going to throw it.
Oh, he's got a guy. Oh, just through the hands. And that was Mays there, too.
Yeah, Mays able to get a little bit of separation down the right side.
That was right there. That was a beauty, Greg. Just too far.
Yeah, Love looked to have him open, and it was a nice pass, just a little bit past his outstretched hands, and you can see him setting up, throwing.
He didn't hesitate at all. He was ready to rip it, and just out of the hands. That was a beauty.
Yeah, able to get behind the secondary, and that was almost a big pass. Yeah, it was almost a game changer right there. With just under 2 minutes to go, see if they try another shot or keep it on the ground, and it looks like they'll try another shot.
Oh, nice throw. Nice throw, nice little footwork there on the sideline by Mays.
Little comeback, and it looks like he'll pick up about 9 yards, get the ball out of bounds, and it'll be about 3rd and 1 here for Fairfield, but
this is a whole new offense now. This is a whole new, obviously you can see, I think right now Mason's a little on their heels right now. Not sure what to expect.
Yeah, did not hear anything about 2 quarterbacks getting some time, but with Love in, looks like he'll be throwing the ball around, and he's going to try to run it.
Nothing doing.
But absolutely nothing doing, and it'll be 4th and just a couple yards. See if they keep the offense out there.
Nick Molinari.
Looks like Mason's going to call a timeout here, maybe try to get one last possession.
It's kind of interesting, though, this abrupt change. Like I said, neither of us in our research were able to see anything mentioned about a second quarterback coming in for Fairfield, or there being some kind of quarterback battle.
Will be interesting to see. Fairfield did play a 2-quarter scrimmage last week against Coleraine.
Right.
Not a whole lot of news out of that game. Did say they lost 23-7. But
unofficially, they didn't keep score. But from all sounds of it, the offense wasn't effective then either.
So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe Kieran Love, the sophomore quarterback, 2 underclassmen, signal callers. Be interesting to see if he comes back out here, or he's just the 2-minute guy to try to throw it a little bit.
I mean, I would like to see a little more of him. He had no panic, poise. He just gripped it and ripped it through 2 beautiful balls. So I'd be kind of surprised. I don't know. Looks like they're bringing. Looks like they're going to punt it.
Yeah, it looks like they're bringing the punt team out. They got, you can see long snapper Matt Toledo with the ball, number 46. So they'll look to go out in a punt formation. But as we mentioned, when Jaden Mays is back there punting, who knows what can happen. So
might throw it.
The snap. He will kick it. Gets a little bit more airtime under this one. And that'll be a fair catch for Jax Hutchinson.
Pin him inside their own 20.
Yeah, pin him inside their own 20 here. So with about
by Jax Hutchinson of the Comets.
Minute 24.
Yeah, minute 24 left. Mason with 81 yards to go.
The 20-yard line.
Zach have not thrown the ball super well with Mattingly so far. Just a couple of screen passes. The 1 8 or so yard pass to Wexelblatt. Do you expect to see the Comets try to go for it, or do you think they'll just run it a couple times, try to get out of here? Maybe run something safe.
Maybe. They did make the switch to Molnar. Molnar's back out there. He did have the one nice completion. I don't know a lot about Molnar. I think they're going to go ahead and pack it in.
Let's see. He'll run out to the left. Yeah. Only get about a yard, and he'll go right out of bounds there. Not a whole lot of time off the clock, but also not a whole lot of points on the board.
No, but they also still have a timeout as well. It's hard in these kind of situations when you're working with one timeout and you don't obviously have a consistent passing this deep in your own territory. Yeah, I definitely think you play it safe.
You also don't want to give it back. The problem is if you're running out of bounds like this, you don't want to give it back to Fairfield. Jaden Mays back there could, get some yards, and neither of these punters have exactly crushed the ball down the field, so you could give them decent time and
very good field
decent position.
He's going to keep it again. Yeah.
Another keeper for Molnar. He'll get it up to about the 25-yard line.
So I imagine Fairfield's going to start. 25. There you go. There's timeout.
Yep, they get their second timeout. Both teams now with just 1:11 left here in the first half in this low-scoring rush affair by both teams.
Yeah, I mean, very interesting. We've seen both teams play 2 quarterbacks so far to varying levels of success. I think there's a little bit of obviously a question mark for both teams as far as that's going to go. It'll be interesting to see who both teams come out with in the second half. You're basically going to have both quarterbacks. Well, Love probably only had the 1 series. See how the rest of this quarter shakes out. But, especially with Mason, both quarterbacks had 2 series. It'll be interesting to see what the coaches decide to do as far as who they're going to bring out to start second half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Comets decide to do here with OC Darren Little. 3rd and 5 here. Fairfield does have 1 timeout. Mason on their own 25 here in a 3-3 game. Molnar lining up in the shotgun with McCormick to his right. A little bit of motion there. He looks like he is going to throw it.
Free rusher. Now looks like Cox. Or
Free
Coney,
rusher.
sorry.
And he's just going to
Throw
throw
it
that
away.
one away.
Well, at least he got it off. I didn't know if he saw him. So that was just a free rush there. That's Coney,
Michael
number
Molnar
24,
was
coming
under
off the
pressure
edge.
and
Yeah, McCormick not even
Out
able to
of
chip him
bounds.
because he was so
No.
free running.
Wow. I really like the way Fairfield plays their defense. So they basically kind of have, they're playing
5 yards to
that
go.
nickel or dime, 5 defensive backs at the base. But they really move around both Coney and Mays, give them these opportunities. I think, again, you see there's so many different players in the secondary that, I think Molnar lost him a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things,
Jaden Mays
most
is
high
due
school
to
teams
receive the punt.
aren't passing the ball enough to have the need for 5 DBs. So a lot of times they're bringing one up, mixing it up, and trying to, confuse them.
I mean, I'll tell you
that
what,
was actually
though.
a very nice punt by McCormick.
That
Backs
was
up Mays,
called,
enough
and
hang
Mays
time to
by
where,
It's probably the nicest one of the
number
night so
19
far.
of the Indians.
yep, where
Jaden Mays.
Fairfield's backed up to their own 37.
One
Just
timeout.
under a minute to go, 1 timeout. Will be interesting to see if they bring back in Kieran Love. Did have a very nice deep ball that was just past the hands of Mays on the first drive. And it looks like they will be bringing Kieran Love back out there. The sophomore right-handed quarterback.
No, I mean, that's fair. You just don't.
Well, yeah,
Have
I
that
know
unless
usually bring out the lefties. but
Yeah.
I think being a lefty is completely normal. So I point out the
I
oddities
don't
that are
know.
the righties.
I disagree.
Love looking to run.
Ooh.
Gets smushed, but able to hop forward for a couple more yards, and he'll get the ball up to the 41-yard line. Be interesting to see.
Wonder when they go back to a deep ball here, Gray. You got to think Mays, he can blow by anybody, I think, on his defense.
And Brady
Yeah, trying to get
Cummings.
it set up quickly. Mays looking to throw. A lot of pressure.
Wow. That was a delay. Was that a delayed rush?
Looks like they brought in linebacker Jackson Orlando on the rush, and the pocket just seemed to collapse
It did
quickly
collapse
around
quick.
him.
quickly.
Jackson Orlando broke through
Nowhere for
make the
King
sack.
to get out of the pocket to, and that'll be a sack and 3rd down and long here, as it looks like they're just going to slow it down a little bit. Only 10 seconds left. They might just let things run out.
I mean,
And it
at
looks
this
like
point-
that's what they're going to do as the final 3, 2, 1 clicks out to this first half. At the end of the first half here in week 1 of Friday Night Football, presented by ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com.
At 3.
It is Fairfield 3 and Mason 3. We'll be back in just a little bit to get this second half rolling of this week 1 GMC
Remember,
rivalry
ladies and
here on
gentlemen, that
ICRC-TV for
must be
Friday
worn
Night Football.
When walking around the stadium, if you are heading to one of the 2 concessions.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I know,
was.
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here?
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Yo, Scott. Hey. I'm heading out, man. You want to ride? No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom. Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long. You know, I think I'll just... Dude, are you okay? You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed. Yeah. I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home. Smart man. Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Encuentra el bosque más cercano en descubreelbosque.org. El bosque, más cerca de lo que crees.
Hey! There are amazing things to discover in the forest.
Toothless, time to go!
What you picking up on, bud? It's a whole hidden world of wonders. And the perfect place to spend time with family. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
It's a beautiful day out here, sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it, let's go.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Get it, get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate, because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at Feeding America.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Después de 15 años fumando, Eva Marie lo dejó. Existe una nueva prueba de detección del cáncer de pulmón que podría salvarle la vida. Dejaste de fumar, ahora empieza a detectar. Evalúa tu riesgo en salvatupulmón.org.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but I mean, it's not like he's gonna know either. So.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be 50% less likely to use them.
Good morning, Uglyville!
Every ugly doll is unique.
I'm Moxie.
Bobo.
Wait.
Call me Slick Doll.
What?
And every child is too.
They can be pretty lovable.
That's why when you travel, you should make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
This is why you're the wisest doll in town.
Well, keep them safe by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Couldn't be better.
Find the right seat today.
Welcome back to this Week 1 edition of Friday Night Football here on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com. We are at Dwyer Field at Atrium Stadium here in Mason, Ohio for this matchup between the Fairfield Indians and the Mason Comets. Greg Miller along with Zach Redmond here as we are just about 40 seconds away from getting this second half kicked off. Both teams get just a field goal in the first half. 3-3 tie. Fairfield to receive the second half kick. Zach, after this first half that was very run heavy, what do you expect to see out of the teams starting off the second half?
A lot more running, I think. I think we saw they attempted some passes. Fairfield made the change to Love. He threw a couple nice balls, so maybe we'll see a little more passing out of him depending on who comes out. But no, overall, I think both these teams have shown they're going to run the football. So we're going to see a lot more running.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see with both of these offenses who's running the ship, as both teams have featured two different quarterbacks in the first half. Mason featuring sophomore Mason Mattingly and junior Michael Molnar, with Mattingly taking most of the first couple drives and Molnar taking the second couple drives. Also on Fairfield, they've had two different quarterbacks, with Fisher Talon, the freshman, leading the offense.
Talon
Fisher, leading the offense out most of the first half. And then in the 2-minute offense, they got sophomore Kieran Love out there to throw the ball around. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Kastner of the Comets and Coach Kraus of the Indians decide to do. We will find out shortly, at least for Coach Kraus, as we are just a couple minutes now as they, of course, reset the clock. So we are just about 2 minutes away from getting this second half started.
Yeah.
The first half definitely flew by, Zach. So
definitely flew by. Yeah, just kind of your point again on, Okay. Well, we'll be right back after this. That was my bad.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Alrighty, and welcome back to Friday Night Football, this Week 1 edition between the Fairfield Indians and Mason Comets as we get these last few seconds ticking off the clock, and Mason will kick off the second half to Fairfield, kicking right to left as you see the Mason kick team get ready to go out there. Fairfield return team already in position, so will be interesting to see how this second half goes. 3-3 tie through the first two quarters. Both teams had their hiccups on offense, long drives that got derailed and turned into field goals, but
teeing it up for the
will be
Comets,
interesting
Ryan
to see
Raminsky.
how these teams go. Once again, two different styles, two different quarterbacks for both teams. Who do they go with? How do they play the second half? We'll find out in just a second here, Zach, as Ryan Raminsky, the junior, is ready to kick things off.
Another squib.
Squib kick that goes
to Mays.
To Mays at about the 9-yard line, and he'll get wrapped up right away. And great job by Mason there to get all over the return.
Hayden Mays picked it up off the ground.
That looked to be number 12, cornerback Ryan Kaplinger, getting all the way down and stopping Mays in his tracks before he could even get back to the 20-yard line. So tough field position here for Fairfield to start. They have been able to move the ball at times with both of their quarterbacks, but will be interesting to see how things start now. And
it looks like, is that Talon Fisher back out there?
Yeah, it looks like Talon Fisher, the freshman who started the game and played most of the first half, will be back out here. He'll hand the ball off to the left, and he'll pick up a couple yards there, but Trent Stevenson only getting about 3 or 4.
Stevenson was the ball carrier. He was upended by Jack.
It looks like they're going right back to what they did before, right in the first half. Motion, handoff. Motion left, handoff. Motion right, handoff.
Yeah, 2nd and 6 here for Fairfield. Did a lot of motion, option, window dressing movement in the first half, and as you said, it looks like they're starting out the exact same way. Malik Tate right behind Fisher. They'll fake it to Mays.
Oh, nice play. Got a wide open field.
Wide open on the right side. Cuts back.
Still on
breaks a
his
tackle.
feet.
Breaks another tackle.
What?
And is finally tackled by about 4 Comets as he gets the ball all the way inside the 35-yard line.
And that's like the first time he's had the ball in space all day. Now we see that explosiveness, making about 1, 2, 3, 4,
about a
5. Nope, about the 5th, 6th player came in, tackled him.
But unfortunately for Fairfield, there will be a penalty on there. They called holding.
Oh.
So they'll back it up.
It was pretty though.
Flag happened at about the 37-yard line. So they'll back Fairfield up to the 27-yard line, and that negates a majority of that great screen pass and that great open field running by Mays, and it'll be now 2nd and about 1, all the way back at their own 27-yard line. Fisher hands it up right up the middle. Whole bunch of room, and able to get tackled in open space.
Malik Tate.
Malik Tate able to get.
He's been effective tonight.
Yeah, you can see, you can drive a truck through that hole over
man,
there.
you could have ran through that hole.
Tripped up by Brady Camello.
And you can see nice open field tackle by defensive back Brady Camello.
Not for him.
Down.
It's probably 6.
Fairfield 43.
Let's see. First down here for Fairfield as their run game has started off great so far, but Fisher will roll out, throw the ball. And, you know, when you're a lefty, rolling to the right, trying to throw with your left hand
That's
sometimes
really difficult.
can affect.
Incomplete.
And that'll be over the head of wide receiver Nate Hanna. And that'll be a second down now.
See on the roll and just missed him. He was wide open.
Yeah. Once again, tough to.
That's tough. That's a tough throw for lefty.
Tough throw, kind of cross your body as you're trying to run the other way. So, 2nd and 10 now. Just, you know, just a few throws so far for Fairfield, but quarterback keeper here confuses the defense, breaking tackles, breaking more tackles, and Mason just cannot bring him down as Fisher gets about an extra 15 yards after breaking about 5 tackles here. See the fake here.
Nice move. I mean, that's
arm
all
tackle, able to break the tackle.
Arm tackle.
Just a bunch of arm tackles, and finally
another missed tackle.
After a broken tackle, number 2, Jax Hutchinson able to get him down, but a huge gain.
That's a lot of what we've seen from Mason tonight, though. A lot of arm tackling.
Yeah,
and we've seen Fairfield take advantage of that.
A lot of broken tackles, and it looks like, even with the penalty, looks like this Fairfield offense is coming
They're humming.
Of the locker room humming, as you said. They'll fake it,
run
awkward. A little screen pass to Mays. Same play, they got a bunch of yards on with the holding penalty, and it looks like
he
Mays
picked
will
up
get
the first.
About 9 or 10 yards. Mays looks to be down, a little bit slow to get up. Looks to be a little bit limping over there, but
he almost lost that ball too.
Able to
follow your blocker and just drives through for a first down.
Yep, able to pick up the first down. Fairfield so far in just not even 3 minutes in, including a penalty, able to get the ball all the way from inside their own 20 to the Mason 25-yard line. So this offense really
one thing to
moving
point
now.
out: Mays is out of the game right now.
Mays has gone out of the game. Looked to be a little shaken up on the last play. See what Fisher does here.
There's Tate.
Hand it up to Tate. Tate able to only get a couple of yards there. Finally some better tackling by the Comets. Gets him down after about 2 or 3 yards.
Jackson, Orlando.
I was kind of surprised they didn't come out with Love again. Just thought they might try to open up a little bit and throw. And they made the one pass attempt, but they haven't needed it.
Yeah, it's looked like looks like this Fairfield offensive line has kind of come out and dominated early. Some big holes for Tate and Mays, and even
Fisher. Yeah, I was gonna say he had a couple big runs.
Also some poor tackling. So this Mason defense is gonna have to tighten some things up, or it'll be 10-3 here real soon as Fisher rolls out to his left. He's gonna throw it wide open.
Wow!
But he'll go up and he'll get flipped over.
And now we're getting a little chippy. Wow.
That pass was intense for Trent Stevenson.
Yeah, it looked like.
We'll get another look at this here. Here's a roll to a strong side.
Yeah.
And
flip the ball.
Oh, that's just a dangerous pass across your body, back across. Ooh.
Yeah, it looked like, Fairfield was, Stevenson was trying to turn back to his left. Orlando just trying to get up on him, and he gets flipped over. And I think we're going to get a little discussion by the referees whether or not that was an illegal hit. That's kind of a tough angle.
That's a tough. Yeah, we didn't have a great angle of it on there, but that's a tough. Player safety is first and foremost, but.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to avoid when trying to figure it out, and you'll see the throw. It turns Stevenson back to his other side, and
yeah, I mean, that's early, and they're trying to teach them, you can't go low like that when they're in the air. So curious to see what they decide. Oh.
Wow. They're actually calling unnecessary roughness on the offense right here. So
I wonder if that was a little bit of that scrum after the play that we saw.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see reading the referee's lips after the play. They're going to get unnecessary roughness.
Well, Jake Bates was
Well, that's a big penalty.
Ooh. Broke up that pass, and the penalty was unsportsmanlike conduct against Fairfield.
And there was the hit. He got up quick, though.
Yeah, couldn't see it on any of our looks, but a little bit of extracurriculars going on, and that's going to be
it's a huge,
big time negative. It'll be about
third and 22. Yeah. That's the you're driving, you're rolling smooth, and then just it was after the play, penalties like that are just frustrating. Yep.
You look in the bottom right corner after this play. Yeah, a little bit of pushing and shoving right in front of the referee.
Can't
and
have
that'll put you back. A deep throw, wide open down the left side.
Oh, intercepted.
And it's intercepted. Ball is underthrown by a little bit. Some great coverage. And I believe that's number 5, safety Chase Vinnell, able to force a big turnover for the Comets, the first turnover of the season.
Wow. Yeah, that was an underthrown ball, Greg. That whole drive just kind of fell apart there. 2 plays.
Yeah, and you can see here with the freshman quarterback just not quite getting enough on it. You'd rather overthrow him than underthrow him with some guys kind of right up under him.
He had about a step early in the route, about halfway down that route, but honestly, that's just not a throw you want to make. Double coverage.
Yeah, double coverage.
Got to read the safety.
Underthrew it, and you could see safety Chase Vinnell just able to come up with it. Cornerback on the left, safety on the right. Now Mason will have the ball deep in their own territory, but
gotta be careful.
Able to avoid any issues on defense, get the ball back.
Oh, that's a safety. Oh, wow, I just said, got to be careful. They got to be careful, and that's...
And, wow, no, they're going to say he just got past the line.
I don't know.
McCormick will apparently just get the ball out of the end zone.
Here's the replay. I don't know.
We've got a decent angle from...
he did, yeah.
He just gets out before getting pushed back.
Oof. That was
able to get
there.
forward progress on that call, so now it'll be 2nd down and 10 from not just the 1-yard line, but about the half-yard line here. So got to be very careful here. Also, just as a note, Michael Molnar, who started the second half of the second quarter, back out there. We'll see what he does here.
He's going to throw out up there.
Yep, and he just gets rushed forward. Looks like a lineman fell over possibly into him. And
I don't know about that call, Greg.
I was expecting just to see maybe a QB sneak or something, try to just get yourself a little bit of room, but that looked to be a slow developing play when you don't have a lot of room back there.
And we've seen Fairfield be able to get a rush consistently all night. So I don't know if they're trying to catch him off guard. Maybe that was supposed to develop a little quicker, a quick out pass. I don't know. That's look at that. Just rushed right through the gap there. That's number 7 for Fairfield, Josiah Cobb. Just right through that gap. He had no chance.
And you can just see the momentum pendulum swinging back and forth.
Yeah.
A big run, a penalty,
That's
driving
huge.
Down, another penalty, the pick, and now a safety. So
it's huge for Fairfield right now. They were rolling, had the penalty, interception, but then they come back, get the safety, and they're going to get the ball back.
Well, now looking more like a baseball score out there.
Right.
Fairfield with the 2-run homer to take the 5-3 lead here just about halfway through the third quarter. Mason will get a free kick, so normally you see a punt or something along these lines. It looks like they may just try to kick it off, which is what it looks like they're doing. Ryan Raminski looking to kick it off from his own 20, so Fairfield likely getting very good field position to start after just picking up the 2 points there. The lefty squibs it down the middle, is picked up by, I believe that's Stevenson, gets past the 50 and gets into Mason territory to about the 41. So very good field position here for Fairfield. You know, you hate to throw a pick, but when you get the ball, when you're 3rd and 22, when you're able to get a safety and then get good field position at about the 40, you might take that. It looks like there is.
Looks like he's just getting stretched out a little bit.
Looks like
a
someone.
cramp.
Yeah, that's Stevenson who returned it. Maybe a little bit of a cramp. Rained a little bit of a humid day.
Very
still
humid.
August in Ohio, so hot, and also the
Mays is back in the game now.
First game of the year. So yeah, you'll see Jalen Mays at the bottom of the screen. Looks like nope.
Another keeper.
Not going to give it to Tate. Fisher will keep it to the left side. He's got some blocks by.
It's been effective.
Yeah. Able to get some blocks there, Jaden Mays. Really locking down that left side, and that's a big pickup for Fisher. And Fisher has been, though he's been pretty ineffective passing, he's been able to find some holes and pick up quite a few big gains.
He's a strong kid, too. You wouldn't think that of a freshman, but he's a strong kid. He's run through some people, over some people.
Yeah. I mean, only a freshman, so.
Those are some easy yards for him there.
Still a little bit slight, but he's showing off some muscle here, able to get a first down, and now Fairfield down to the Mason 25, now leading 5-3 after the safety. Give it to Mays on the right side. Couple of Mason tacklers, and it looks like there will be a flag there just behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's likely going to be another holding call on Fairfield, and that looks to be the sign that they're giving each other. Somewhere on the right side will be holding. So once again, another penalty coming back to bite Fairfield. And
been a little sloppy.
And no, they're actually going to call another personal foul on Fairfield. Their second in as many drives. It'll be a blind side block. So that'll back them up quite a bit, and that'll make things very difficult on Fairfield, who, on all their big drives tonight, have had issues with penalties kind of derailing them.
Personal foul against
and you can see, look to be, maybe number 29 there for Fairfield, but
that's a tough call.
Yeah, a tough call. Don't want to get any guys on the side of the back. Can be a very dangerous play. So, you want to be more cautious with
little
calling
borderline.
it, but very borderline. And it looks like
you're going to keep it.
Fisher will pick up close to all of that yards, maybe 10 or so yards, as he just runs right up the middle. And Mason has had a lot of gaps in their defense straight up the middle. You've seen a couple nice runs by Tate. Of course, Mays has been running around, and then Fisher's found a nice couple of holes up the middle, and they're able to get a number of yards back and make it second and at least a little bit more manageable, 2nd and 18.
You got trips down at the bottom. Looks like he's going to throw it.
Be interesting to see if he brings someone in motion. See Mays to the left.
Nope. Screen.
Ooh. Little screen, and that was going absolutely nowhere. Ryan Kaplinger right up on that coverage. He's been pretty solid tackling coverage-wise on the defense. One of the few that's been a sturdy tackler so far, but
I don't know about that.
Able to force Fairfield into still a 3rd and very long. Once again, able to pick up some yards to make it not quite as long, but 3rd and 18, very long, and you're kind of in this no man's land where you can't punt because you're too close, and is probably quite a bit further than their field goal kicker can get to. So you wonder if they try to run something safe here, maybe get themselves in a 4th and at least more manageable.
Right. I think you probably just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep running, bring guys in motion, slashing right and left.
Fairfield just called a timeout there, so they'll have 2 left.
But
Zach, so far this game has been
up and down.
Up and down, interesting. One of the quicker games I've ever seen, and probably the first 5-3 score I've ever seen.
First five
looking more like a baseball game.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think this has to do with kind of the uncertainty of the season, with all the COVID stuff, kind of a stop and start? Or do you think it's just week 1 jitters in general?
Well, I think you got both of it. You have the COVID, and then also, are we playing, are we not playing? And then throw on top, it's just the first week at every level, whether it's high school, college, professional, always looks a little bit little bit sloppy all over the place. We've seen some penalties.
And that's one of the things, it seems to take longer for offenses than defenses and longer for offensive line than everyone else because you're kind of working as a group between the 5 of them.
Exactly.
And you've seen that especially on the Mason side, even a little bit on the Fairfield side, even though they've done a pretty good job opening holes. But like in pass protection, you've seen a lot of issues as the offensive line still tries to figure things out. New pieces for both teams this year.
Oh, exactly.
Back to throw for Fisher. He'll roll to his left.
Another
and just
coverage. Ooh.
Pop it straight up. That one probably should have been intercepted, but somehow falls to the floor harmlessly. That looked to be a throw it to Jalen Mays in any way possible.
Yeah, and that's just another freshman throw. Looking at one person the whole time. Everybody knew where it was going. You had, what, 4 defenders there?
And no, it actually looked like he was, it bounced near Fisher.
But that was number 10.
Yeah, that was Nate Hanna that he was actually looking for. Both players kind of coming into the same zone, and just a host of Mason defenders. Very lucky to not get that one picked. And it looks like they will actually punt the ball just too far. Going to try to pin Mason deep.
Oh, that's a pretty good punt, yeah. Wasn't too bad.
So able to pin Mason a little bit deep, and Mason had their struggles. Thankfully have a little bit more breathing room, but last offensive series after the interception started at their own 1 and then was pushed backwards for the first play and then sacked on a long developing pass play for the safety. That's how we get to 5-3. We'll see what Mason can do this time with a
little more room.
Little bit more room, but still a very long way to go.
Very long way. We have not seen them put a full drive together yet, so now would be the time.
Let's see. Molnar staying in there again. We'll see what he can do. Under center. He'll pitch it to McCormick. McCormick actually has a little bit of room, able to turn the corner, pick up about 4 yards. Looked to be kind of forced to the outside, but able to just turn the corner and turn it into a positive play, Zach.
Exactly, yeah, but that's, they need to get back to getting him more involved and just, they were kind of getting some motion involved at different points, trying a little bit of different things. I think they need to go back, make it simple. We're going to start and finish with McCormick. That gets you in those 3rd and shorts when he's able to pick up those 4 or 5 yards a carry.
Running a lot of single back now. You got the 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. They'll snap it, try to give it maybe a little bit of a counter move, and McCormick able to pick up a few yards and make it what looks to be about 3rd and 4 here for the Comets, as there's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on again.
Yeah, this game's getting really chippy right now. That's something to keep an eye on. I mean, it's already affected the game.
Yeah, there was the penalty earlier after the incompletion earlier, a little bit of pushing and shoving. Obviously 2 teams, kind of in that non-Coleraine tier in the GMC, trying to assert their dominance. Mason only had their 2nd losing season in the last decade last year, but still a playoff team. Fairfield, one of their best seasons in recent memory, 10-2, only 2 losses to Coleraine. So both teams looking to kind of cement themselves up there. And this is week 1, but in a 6-game schedule, this is huge.
Exactly. That's a nice. Looks like he picked up the first down there. That was a nice throw.
Yeah, nice little out route there to number 6, Michael Rue. First time we called his name tonight. The senior able to just get a little bit of an out route.
And that's what they got to do. That's just, quick out route. You got Molnar getting a roll into his right because he's, Fairfield's been able to get a consistent rush all night.
And it looks to be maybe a penalty here?
There was a flag on the play.
There's a flag. I'm going to assume,
yeah, it's looking like that might have been holding. So 10-yard penalty. That'll back the Comets up instead of 3rd and 3. Now it's 3rd and 13. You worry after the sack last time about a safety, but you also worry about,
And there it comes through the gap again.
Molnar rolling out.
All over him. Oh, nice block. At least he's going to pick up.
He's breaking a couple tackles and able to get to the right side and pick it up.
Looks like
Michael Molnar looking dead to rights in the end zone. Thought he should have possibly thrown it away, but able to get to the right side, able to find some room, a couple nice blocks, and he's got the first down.
That was a nice play, but you see once again, though, Fairfield ran right through that gap, and yeah, he's just going to take off for his life and pick up a couple nice blocks. There's a nice block by McCormick. I'm sorry, that's a nice block by McCormick there. That kind of freed Molnar up to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and that looked to be Shiwe Omar, Omar Shiwe, who was able to get through the line and able to get some very nice pressure, but not able to get home. And Mason able to get out of the pocket and get a nice first down.
He's broke it.
Broke a tackle.
All the way.
One man to possibly beat. He's running to the 20.
That's Mays
10,
coming down. Oh, he missed the tackle.
Missed the angle. Touchdown, Comets.
Wow.
Nolan McCormick with a 75-yard scamper, by far the biggest play today, and that'll put the Comets into the lead. The first touchdown of the game and the first touchdown of the year for the Comets and their senior running back, Nolan McCormick.
And there you go. You saw Fairfield there playing everybody close to the line, just a little cutback, boop, and one breaking tackle, and he's gone.
Yeah, one man staying
Thought
home.
Mays might have had a shot at him. Looked like he did. And see come down, and he kind of whiffed on that. But that's a big play for Mason there, kind of get that offense going.
Yes, something finally opens up for the offense, and the extra point up and good. So now Mason has doubled up Fairfield after that touchdown, 10-5. In a drive that looked to be going absolutely nowhere. After a penalty, backed up deep in their own red zone. Molnar able to get out, get the first down, and then on the next play after that big conversion, maybe defense still reeling a little bit. Nolan McCormick breaks one tackle and goes the distance, 75 yards.
Exactly, and it was kind of a question on the Fairfield end. I'm not sure why. It seemed like everybody was up to, it was almost like a goal line defense there right in the middle of the field. But yeah, maybe they'll get Mason going, and I don't know, Greg. I think we got a barn burner here.
Extra points and field goals,
starting to pick up.
Definitely could be. Both offenses starting to find their gear, and it looked like everyone was all the defenders were going to their left, only one guy on the right. With everybody so close, once you break a tackle, you're gone. Jalen Mays is a great athlete, so he was able to catch up and almost save it with a tackle. But aside of that, questionable call by Fairfield, and Mason takes advantage and gets the first touchdown of the night. Kicking the ball up, another squib. Recovered, but a nice
shoestring tackle.
That was number 21, Raid Fataki, able to get there and show himself. Sophomore, able to kind of show what he can do on special teams as well. Able to just get that shoestring tackle, and you can see the catch. Running, looks to have some room.
Flew in there,
but just
flew across the screen.
Falls down. Able to get Marquise Jones.
Mason's doing a very good job of keeping it away from Mays, obviously with the squib kicks. I think he picked up one, but otherwise has not been able to do anything on the return. I think it's probably most teams are going to try to emulate.
Fisher back in, trying to run a little bit of a screen, but it tips off his hand, and that's picked by senior quarterback Brady Camillo. We've been calling Kaplinger a lot tonight, but the other side corner, Camillo, able to get the ball off the tip, and that's the second pick of the night for the Comets, and they'll have great field position, as it seems like everything's coming up Mason right now.
Take a look at this, though. Just nice read and boom, just off the fingertips.
Maybe a little bit of miscommunication, maybe Fisher led Tate a little bit too much, tips off his hands, and right into the waiting hands of Brady Camillo, able to fight off that block and get a huge play for Mason.
Well, now Mason can really put this, I don't want to say put it away, still a little early, but definitely put some distance between them, as they've been playing from behind for most of the night.
Yeah, and we'll see. It's a pitch out to McCormick, who just ran 75 yards. He not able to find any room. Fairfield able to kind of break off some tackles. Looked like number 18, Colby Lewis, just not able to quite hold the block for that long, and McCormick will lose a couple yards.
He's still probably huffing from that,
Yeah,
that
from
75-yard
that 75-yard
scamper.
run.
That wasn't too long before.
And we see right now
him back out there.
Nope, it looked like he was about to get the break, but
yeah, no, need you back in.
Coach is saying, Nolan, you're our best part of the offense right now. We can't do this. Just run a quick, 20-something yards, and it looks like
another
penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like it was.
Might have been a hold on the left side. Looked to be something going on. I don't know if there was something.
Well, I don't know. It's 1st and 22, Greg. So something a little more than a hold.
That'll be a pitch.
Pass.
McCormick did throw a couple passes
wide
last
open.
year.
He's got him. Wow.
And wide open for the catch. Number 6, Michael Rue. Nolan McCormick had a couple passes last year, but able to get a big play on the halfback pass, catches the defense sleeping, and now Mason has taken full control of this game with 2 quick touchdowns, and they're up 16-5 with the extra point coming.
Yeah, look at this, just a little out, and then brought the whole defense in.
And you can see
wide open.
Nobody back there with Rue.
Well, everybody thought he was going to run it.
Yeah, not expecting that play with not a whole lot of throwing in general, especially not by halfbacks. And
no.
A little trickeration for both teams tonight. And that'll lead for a touchdown for the Comets. Extra point is up and good. Comets now 2 for 2 extra points and 1 for 1 on field goals. As we give you one more look on this play. The deep throw by McCormick. No one in the same zip code.
Nope. It's easy peasy there. Greg.
And you got to say, nice throw there by McCormick. Sometimes guys are a little too open. And
and they just whiff on that.
Float one, and that one seemed to be perfect. Just hung up enough that he could definitely get under it, but far enough down that the defense couldn't catch up. And that's an easy touchdown for the Comets as
it's a big momentum swing once again. I don't know what happened.
14 unanswered. It's
been like 2-3 minutes.
It all started with
5-3 Fairfield. Now it's 17-5 Mason.
Yeah, started off with Fairfield getting the safety, driving down a little bit, getting the penalty, which definitely stalled them out, and then that play by Molnar deep in his own territory to run for the first down and keep things going for the Comets that turned into a next play touchdown. So a couple of key plays here, key mistakes by Fairfield, really costing them. And now they're in a deep 12-point hole with just 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Kick is fielded, able to break a couple tackles, and they'll get the ball up to about the 37. Was there a fumble?
No.
Yes. Mason will recover the fumble.
Wow.
It looked to be a little pushing and shoving, and that's because the ball went out and was picked up by the Comets. Once again, everything coming up.
Comets right now, Greg. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I thought he was down. Looked like he broke. Yeah, that explains the pushing and shoving.
Yeah, you saw a little bit of pushing and shoving running on the outside. That looks to be number 4, Iverson Borders, who was able to pick up the ball. Taking a quick look, trying to figure out where this all happened. Ball to the outside, and it looks like he just ripped. It looks like Borders.
He came out with it. Yeah, he just ripped it from him.
Yeah, he just grabbed him right at the ball, ripped it away, and able to take it as he was getting tackled. Nice gang tackling and a heads-up play by Borders, and now Mason has the ball right back again. So far, Mason's had on their third possession, and Fairfield's only had one offensive play. They got the ball after the touchdown, threw a pick on the first play, and then fumbled the ensuing kickoff. So a whole lot of Mason offense, a whole lot of that. I'm sorry, that guy who was coming into the picture, number 22, Nolan McCormick, who has a touchdown run and a touchdown pass.
Yeah, he's been the offense. We called it before the game, did we not?
Man, just some great players to pick. The insight is on point tonight by our color man, Zach. So
I don't know about that, but
Hey.
I'll take the compliment.
Sometimes if it just falls in the right place.
Right.
Mays and McCormick have been the two offensive stars for both teams. You'll see Molnar out of the shotgun, looking to throw.
Pretty ball.
He'll take a pass.
And actually, if you would have seen down the bottom of the screen, it looked like he had number 18, Kobe Lewis, wide open down the sideline.
Yeah, and it looked like, I don't know if Wexelblatt hesitated or he just overthrew him for a while.
Yeah.
It looked like Wexelblatt was just kind of getting back into his route as we saw him on the camera. So maybe a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of miscommunication, but, just missed out on another big play. That did look to be a pretty nice ball by Molnar.
Yeah.
You can definitely see one of the reasons why he's back in this game and, is running the offense. He's definitely got the offense
moving
humming
right now. Yeah, humming, as they say.
Oh, a little delayed handoff by McCormick, but able to sniff that out pretty quickly.
Nolan McCormick was brought down by Brandon Smith.
And that'll be just a couple yards, and now it'll be 4th and 8 for the Comets at their own 40. Got some great field position, again, after the strip.
Yeah.
Would hate to waste it, but it does look like they're going to bring out the punt team.
They have all the momentum right now. I don't think you want to do anything, risk the momentum, if you will.
Yeah, pin them back a little bit, make them have to go. The offense has been, for Fairfield, has been, questionable at times with the 2 picks. And even when it's been moving, it's been kind of a slow move. Their one solid drive for the field goal, took most of the first quarter. So if you can pin them back and make them go a lot of yards, especially with a 2-touchdown lead, or, with a 2-possession lead, you're going to want to do that.
No, exactly. And now you have to wonder on Fairfield's end. Do you think you bring Love back in, or do you stick with the freshman?
Yeah, you got to wonder. So far, the freshman has not looked great throwing the ball, has ran the ball pretty well, but has thrown 2 picks, although one was kind of tipped, but has thrown a couple of interceptable passes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after this.
He's been kind of high all night on him.
McCormick gets the punt away. That'll bounce. And we'll end up at about the 5. Yeah. Takes a couple nice bounces, and that looks like Borders, the man that just forced the fumble, able to down the ball at the 5. So as we finish quarter number 3, second half has been all Mason. The Comets lead the Indians 17-5 with just 12 minutes to go. We're going to take a look at some of the big plays in the third quarter. The first one, the 75-yard scamper by Nolan McCormick.
Again, just one guy missed, and there he goes. Not sure what the defensive call there was. Mays made an effort, just not enough.
Yeah, kind of tough to leave him out there.
Yeah.
And then on this play, the halfback pass, wide open, threw for the touchdown. And
I did like that play call. I was after, we're not sure what the penalty was, but I was after some big penalty against Mason. Mason pushed him back. So that's kind of a gutsy call.
I believe that was a 3rd and 22.
Yeah.
So Mason able to, on the touchdown drive, the play just before the 75-yard run, able to get a 3rd and 18, and then able to get a 3rd and 22 for a touchdown. As you see our cable TV replay schedule, see a lot of replays even tonight. Enjoyed this game the first time so much, might as well watch it again as we see the run there. Also, this game, our other game tonight, and any of our games are always on ICRC-TV.com. So if you have someone in your family that wanted to watch the Mason game, someone that couldn't see it, maybe went to bed early tonight, it's always on ICRC-TV.com. As you see that play there, a run, actually a keeper from Tate, and doesn't really go anywhere. As it looks like
they're going to stick with
Fisher will stay in the game, hand the ball off to the right, but going absolutely nowhere for Stevenson. And this Mason defense,
they've settled down a little bit.
Started to settle down, maybe get a little bit momentum,
Get a
little bit of swagger from the offense and a couple points, able to make some big plays, and they're definitely settling in. And now Fairfield with a big 3rd and 7 deep in their own territory with just 11 minutes to go.
With the 12-point lead now as a defender, relax a little bit, right? You can just play free a little bit. They have some points to work with. It's going to be a tall task for Fairfield.
See the snap rolling out to the left. A low throw, but that one looks to be caught. And that's number
Nate Hanna.
Yeah,
number 10,
Nate Hanna. Yeah. It looked like number 18 at the beginning, but no, that's Nate Hanna. And it looks like they're actually going to bring out the punt team. It's 4th and 1, but Fairfield looks to be bringing out the punt team right now, so will be interesting to see. Mays obviously has had the one fake punt, but his actual punts so far have been a couple of low line drives that have been very receivable, and you can see McCormick only lining up at the 40.
Now let's see what he gets here. Oh, there's a nice one.
He gets a nice one.
Oh,
Now
and
you can tell booms over McCormick's head.
And a Mason player's down, and that's going to take a Fairfield bounce. All the way to about the 35.
Maybe look like. Oh, no, and that's actually Jax Hutchinson, the defensive back. He looked to maybe catch his leg on something, and he is down in a little bit of pain. Able to walk it off, though. Nice to see.
Yeah. Might have just kind of twisted his knee, maybe.
Yeah, you wonder if it's a twisted knee or ankle. Sometimes the shoes get caught up on the turf, especially when you're not expecting a ball to go over your head. You make the quick movement back.
And everything's probably a little slick out there right now. This very heavy humidity.
Yeah, heavy humidity, a lot of rain early in the day. So
good to see you guys.
Maybe some slick field conditions, and it looks to be there's also a Fairfield Indian down. That's
Mays.
Yeah, that's Mays.
Mays.
Did walk gingerly, but
looks like
to be
a cramp.
Yeah. See him walking off gingerly, and for a guy that's played offense, defense, punting, kick returns, when especially in the first game, those cramps are going to happen, especially on a hot, humid night like what we have tonight in Mason. Molnar in the offense, back out there. Out to McCormick on the right side, has some room and able to rumble forward for about 9.5 yards.
Yeah, now here's the point here. If you're Mason, run.
Yeah, keep the ball on the ground. 9:35 left in the game.
And maybe Fairfield already looking pretty worn right now. They're looking hot, tired.
Yeah, and this defense, since about the second half of the third quarter has been out here a lot. As we mentioned, Mason scores the long touchdown. Mason gets the ball back. A nice drive for a touchdown. Pick by Fairfield on their first pass. Mason offense back out there for a touchdown. Fumble on the kickoff, and then Mason goes 3 and out, but then Fairfield goes 3 and out. So not a whole lot of rest for this defense. McCormick again, able to break some tackles. And you can tell this Fairfield defense looking a little bit slower to the ball. McCormick looks nice and fresh.
And it looks like we have
Josiah Jackson dragging down.
Yeah, Josiah Jackson's down. Looks like cramps too.
Yeah, it looks to be some cramps again.
Yeah, and it's just you're seeing a little bit of the depth issue now come into play. We haven't seen a lot of rotation on that side of the ball for Fairfield.
And when you're, late, fourth quarter, August, hot, humid.
Yeah, it's been a physical game too.
Yeah, it's been a physical game.
They've been hitting each other hard, and it's to be expected. And there's probably still some conditioning. These guys are probably trying to catch up with too.
Yeah, because you wonder, at some points there was a kind of a stop and go, not your normal football ramp up. So, not all these guys are in 100% football shape, and
it's tough because you've got a short season too, so you got to jump right in. So hopefully they'll be all right.
Molnar runs a keeper, gets just a couple of yards, but once again, that's all you're really looking for. Mason, 4 yards in a cloud of dust and just
stay in bounds.
That clock running as we come under 9 minutes left.
Well, this has been, I don't know, I'm waiting for something to happen. It's just been such a wild game, Greg. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some safeties. We've had a halfback pass. We've had fake punts. We've had 2 quarterbacks coming in.
Untimely penalties. Yeah, everything.
So you know, this game has changed real quick. It was 5-3 and all Fairfield, and Mason came back real quick. So momentum can swing at a moment's notice, but Mason just going to try to keep it going.
That's
It's number 13, Jackson Orlando, the linebacker, I guess, running some running back duties, especially with as much as McCormick is running. He picks up a very nice gain and another Comet first down.
Yeah, and you have to think, you know, if Mason can punch it in here for 6, that might put the nail in the coffin there.
Offensive line starting to get some push as the defense starts to get tired, and you can tell Orlando looks fresh, just running forward and running over some guys. So,
yeah,
you know.
And that's a big Mason offensive line though too to ask, you know,
Oh,
this
yeah.
Fairfield front 4 to be dealing with all night.
Yeah, I mean, when you have some D1 recruits out there, they'll certainly get some push, especially when people start to get tired. McCormick back in, and it looks like they'll hand it up right off the middle, but it looks like Fairfield was ready for that one, able to get a quick tackle. But once again, Mason up by 12. Fairfield has only really put together maybe 2 solid drives, and both have been kind of derailed by penalties. Only 5 points, so if you're Mason, you know, you're down the field.
You're just running around the clock right now. Just run it, run it, run it.
You can see that Mason offense just staying out there, controlling the game, and every play this Fairfield defense gets a little bit more tired. 7 in the box right now. Now 7 in the box again, as they're all over McCormick, but he's able to stumble out of a tackle, able to at least get something. That looked to be blown up from the start, and getting anything on that play was pretty impressive by McCormick, as he's able to make it 3rd and about 6 or 7.
3rd down now, 6 to go.
Mason just taking every second off that
about 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, they're just
play clock
the
that
clock.
you can. I mean,
Football
20
101.
seconds, just getting the play in. That's exactly what you want if you're a Mason fan, as they just let that clock run down.
And from Fairfield, a little frustrating tonight, I think. Some good things, though.
8 in the box now. I'm sorry, 9 in the box for Fairfield, as they run everybody out there.
Everybody and their mom knows they're going to run it.
McCormick trying to get to the outside, able to get around some defenders.
And he stayed in bounds. That's a senior right there. He stayed in bounds. Didn't allow himself to get pushed out.
Able to stay in bounds, not quite pick up the first down, but
it took a big shot there, though. Knocked his
yeah,
helmet off.
You wonder if he's hurt or if he's just tired at this point.
I'm sure he's tired.
After all the running. You can see the sweat coming out.
And you'd almost have to think, you know, his night might be done. Just still got a whole season to go.
And it looks like they might just let the clock run down here. No, they're getting the play in. Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. And I guess you figure you either give them the ball still up 12 at their own 11, or you
still got game time.
Get another 2 minutes to take off the clock.
Exactly, yeah. You should go for it. Or they
Jackson
gotta go
Orlando
about 90 yards.
In the backfield as Fairfield takes everyone out.
And
it looks like,
to get
just looking for a jump.
Get one of those Aaron Rodgers hard counts.
As we come up right on 5 minutes exactly left in this game. Mason in total control right now, ever since about halfway through the 3rd quarter, able to get a big play on 3rd and 18, 75-yard touchdown, and then a halfback pass for a touchdown after a pick to put up 14 unanswered and bring the Comets 12 points clear of the Indians after what was a slow, run-heavy, well, actually very quick time-wise, but slow as far as developing first half. The second half has been back and forth a little bit more, some bigger plays, some big momentum swinging moments, and right now Mason's been on the better end of it with a number of plays and calls going their way.
Yeah, and I think we keep talking about, but it's very important this time of year, the conditioning. I think we're seeing the difference as far as the conditioning level. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you'd gone up and went to the fridge or something, and you came back, it was all of a sudden 5-3. Now it's 17 to 5. this game turned on its head.
Yeah, these GMC games, usually very competitive and usually very quick up and down. So they try to run McCormick right up the middle. He gets pretty much nothing on it. So Mason will turn it over on downs, but once again, Fairfield pinned down pretty deep with just 5 minutes to go, and
about 85 yards.
Really shown the ability to throw it, but it does look like they have their, I guess, 2-minute quarterback in, Zach, as it looks like Kieran Love is in the middle
coming back in
of that formation. If you're joining us late in this game,
there he is.
Talon Fisher was the starter, has played the majority of the game, but with about 2 minutes to go in the first half, when they wanted to get a little bit more down the field throwing, they've put in Kieran Love. And
he's got an arm.
Right now.
And they have the speed, so.
Yeah, down
to watch
12
out.
With not much time to go. They'll bring back in Love. He's looking deep. Little bit of pressure, spins out of pressure, but then just gets smushed between two defenders there.
That's just great defense right there. And you saw the pocket collapse. He had to spin out. Really didn't have an opportunity to even throw the ball away if he wanted to.
Yeah, they looked to be Bryce Falk and Will out. Able to combine for that sack. Looking to throw again.
Oh,
throw is a little bit too far. And Brady Camello with his second pick of this half. Another nice pick, as it looked like both the times he's picked off a pass, the throw just a little bit past the outstretched arms and right into the waiting hands of Camello.
Yeah, and it looked like Love just kind of assumed that was open. You know, it didn't seem like he just kind of took the snap and flicked it out there. And yeah, it was a great play by Camello there to kind of cut that route off.
Could have possibly had the completion, but just threw it a little bit too far.
Too far, yeah.
Looked like he just turned and threw it. Didn't exactly
get that feet set and get that,
get the feet set and the angle correct. So now
Mason's in business.
Turns it over on downs, but 2 plays later gets it back, just moved back about 5 yards. So everything turning up Mason here in this second half. They'll give it off to McCormick. McCormick just going to try to stay in bounds and get whatever yards he can, as we'll probably take under 4 minutes before the Comets run their next play.
Yeah, and it's been the story of the game, I think, for Fairfield tonight. You know, they lost, obviously, their quarterback from last year, Ellis. You know, he's playing at Toledo, you know, and then, you know, with the loss, obviously, of Jatan McLean, who led the conference in rushing. Kind of a story of 2 teams coming off 2 different seasons.
Yeah,
really.
The one thing that I think you kind of see from both teams is it looks like you have kind of the perfect storm for Fairfield. You lost a lot of your senior leaders. You know, obviously you lose all your seniors, but you lost a lot of leadership. You have a lot of guys in new positions. You have kind of an abbreviated preseason because of all the COVID stuff. And you just have, you know, your regular first game jitters. And it's all kind of turning into, you know, mistake after mistake for Fairfield. As I said, you know, 3 interceptions, a fumble, 2 or 3 drives that have been derailed by big-time penalties. One of them unnecessary roughness is a couple of holds. So,
exactly.
You know, the one crackback block.
There was questionable, but yeah. Yeah, and then I think, like you point out, Mason kind of had a rough year a little bit last year, but you're seeing a lot of that senior laden all over the field, really.
Yeah, some growth, and you're seeing McCormick, who was the guy that kind of came on, you know, middle of last year, really leading them through. And then also for Mason, you know, one of the big changes of the game was Molnar coming in, and, you know, things started off shaky for him too, you know, a couple missed passes, taking the safety, but then when he got back out there, he made the big play to extend the drive and get the Comets' first touchdown. And since then, though he hasn't been throwing the ball a lot, he's steadied the ship, and, you know, the offense has kept running, making decent throws, you know, making correct throws, not turning the ball over. And
right. No, that's exactly right, Greg. And yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of those games you don't get a few warm-up games, so I think both teams, you want to figure out who your quarterback is for the rest of the season. And yeah, for Mason, so far it seems like Molnar probably solidified that. I think Fairfield saw some good things from both quarterbacks.
Yeah,
they're both young too, though.
Molnar, the elder statesman, the junior instead of the sophomore Mattingly, and both of them look like they do have a lot of potential. But once again, this is also a shortened season, so things go quick, and a win means a whole lot, and a loss means a whole lot. And that's just a little pass, and that'll be over for a touchdown. Number 87, the sophomore, Ben Fosnot, with his first catch of the day, and he'll take it in for 6.
He's a big dude. Yeah, he ran. Good route, good throw.
And Mason had just been running the ball. Caught
him by
a nice
surprise.
little easy play action, and 6 more points for the Comets as now they go up by 3 scores. All Comets here in the second half, as we were at a 3-3 tie at halftime, 5-3 early in the third quarter, and now 21 unanswered points for the Comets as they have taken full control of this game, up 19, 24-5.
Yeah, that wasn't even play action. That was just the rollout.
Everybody up on the line of scrimmage, though. You've seen Fairfield have, 7, 8, 9 guys in the box.
They assume they're just going to keep running it, and
Yeah, they look to have about 8 there. Fosnot looks like he's blocking.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to get in his way once he catches that ball and gets rolling.
Yeah, Fosnot, just a sophomore, but a pretty big guy, 6'5".
Really? Wow.
Only 185 though. It's still a sophomore. Still a bit of time to bulk up.
But he
looks like a big target, and if he can get going, with the way Wexelblatt has kind of come on in the second half. Michael Rue obviously had the touchdown catch. He's had a couple catches in the second half, and now Fosnot getting involved. So some weapons starting to come up.
Wexelblatt, he was open. They were just some missed throws. He's been running good routes all night. So, yeah, it's funny. He finally got going. Like I said, got a couple catches. I think you're seeing the second half, this Mason team kind of coming together a little bit offensively.
And now Mason getting ready to kick off. Ryan Rominski will kick off again. The left-footed boot. Another high kick. And that'll be caught at about the 21-yard line.
Nice tackle again, just flying around.
Yeah, and you can see
chipped,
that kick coverage team. Nate Hanna trying to take it up, but big hit there by the Comets.
Again,
it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see who Fairfield comes back out with. They're going to come back out with Love or Fisher at this point.
Are you trying to score quicker at this point? Is the game kind of lost, and maybe you're just trying to get yourself going, maybe get a little momentum for next week's game?
Right. I think that's Fisher coming back out. Yeah, I think you're right, Greg. At this point, you're just trying to get a little bit of momentum going into next week at this point.
And that will be Fisher back out there. Fisher rolling out to his left.
There you go. Nice little completion there.
Stevenson out there, still a little bit behind Stevenson. Things just haven't quite been as crisp as you'd want to see as a Fairfield fan, but maybe something can kind of get figured out here and help them into their next game.
Yeah, and this is the time, anytime you're down multiple scores, the game's kind of out of reach. This is definitely the times early in the year when, especially if you have a young quarterback, you're going to want to try to get some things going, like you said, just kind of figure out what he does well, where he needs to improve. I think that nice easy little throw there, get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, and then also able to, he's scrambled very well.
He can run. I'll give him that. He can do that. Definitely the next step. And he's a freshman. Where is that, 15? 14, 15?
Yeah, you're 14, 15.
So he's got a lot of growth to do in development, but he can definitely run. And he's obviously, they're going to stick with him.
Yeah, and, next week they have their second game against Middletown, who was kind of an interesting situation. They had, as Fisher gets sacked there, great play there by number 37 for the Comets. That's sophomore Caden Davis, who was able to get in there. But going back on the earlier point, Middletown had postponed all their fall sports until they got people back in school. Late call Monday night to get their football restarted. So could be an interesting situation,
No.
Middletown will have very little time to get things going, so Fairfield, if they can get something going, they may have a chance to build momentum next week. Mason going on the road to Lakota East next week, so Lakota East, has had some solid years, so definitely be another dogfight as it usually is in the GMC, so good momentum for them to go into next week and maybe something for Fairfield to build on, but another sack isn't going to help any of that confidence.
No, not at all. But now I had a question on the Middletown. Are they only playing 5 games since they're a week back?
That I'm not sure about. They might have to reschedule
There's a nice
games.
Play.
There's a whole lot of fluid situations.
Yeah. I was just
going
curious
on.
if you'd heard. Yeah. That was another nice, little easy passing catch to. Again, I think this is what they need to do. I think they need to throw it right now. Need to see if he can get himself a little more consistent.
See, running the ball again is Fisher. He's been great on the ground tonight, picking up another 10 to 12 yards and picking up a first down, but once again, just a little bit too little, too late. Mason more than happy to give him, 10 yards under as we come on to, just 80 seconds left in this game. Mason in full control, getting some of the younger guys out there.
Right, yeah. And this is a good time, like you said, to get some of the younger guys involved, give them a little game experience.
Yeah, because, the pressure's heightened in every game, and if someone goes down, you want to get
someone who can,
everyone, especially, those sophomores, first time dressing for the varsity games, get them some experience, as that's a little pass to the outside. Some tackles are broken.
Going. Obviously, Mason's just playing a base prevent defense right now. They'll get those up, but it's a good time to get the young guys, make sure those lights don't shine too bright if they have to step up. And, Fairfield right now, it'd be nice to get a touchdown here, just kind of get a nice even 24-12.
Yeah, something to kind of build on to next week. See the ball go in the end zone.
Yeah.
It's been tough for them. As we've mentioned, they've had some big plays, had some chances in the red zone, but just penalties. And, they started off quicker than the Comets, first forcing a quick 3-and-out, driving all the way, to about the 4-yard line, but then penalties, forced a field goal, penalties on some other times that forced punts and turnover on downs. So just a lot of mistakes. As we've been bringing up, just really hurting Fairfield in this game. And for a team that, obviously had some probably tempered expectations. They are coming off a 10-2 season, but a lot of talent was lost off the roster. A lot of young guys. Like we said, 2 underclassmen,
at quarterback,
competing for quarterback.
Yeah.
I think only 1 pass attempt by anyone that returned coming back this year, and that was, a wide receiver on a trick play. So it's a tough loss, but at least there looked to be some stuff to build on.
There's a lot of talent. So it's just gotta get some of these guys up to speed. It's hard. I don't know. I couldn't jump from 8th grade football to playing varsity football in 1 year. As this kid has. That's
especially when you're going up against a solid Mason team that we mentioned. Just sneaked into the playoffs, had a losing season, but they're a team that has in the last decade since Coach Kastner has gotten here, has been a solid team, and has been second to Coleraine, who always wins the GMC, but second to them a number of times. So it's not like, you got a nice, easy D2 team or, something to start, a nice out-of-conference game maybe to start like you do some other years. So thrown right into the fire here. And, Fisher's shown some poise here as he's at least keeping on running, keeping on trying, and trying to get some points for his team as he rushes for another solid gain. And the Indians are down to the 5-yard line, even though there's just a minute to go.
Yeah, but they would definitely, they want to punch this in. This is definitely, like you said, one to hang your hat on and build on to next week.
Mason's taking a timeout. It looked like Coach Kastner and the defensive coordinator looked to be maybe a little upset about something going on, so they're going to want to get a talk out there. Defensive coordinator Brian Falk out there with the team, with some young guys. They're raising their hands. It's a teaching moment right now,
exactly.
Getting some young guys in. And
I know a lot of people probably say, well, what does it matter? But, coaching, right? All the way to the whistle, so they're going to call a timeout. Someone wasn't lined up right, or
Yeah, because you never know when it can come. But like, you know, unfortunately, it's football. You've seen some guys cramp up. Luckily, nothing too noteworthy tonight. But a lot of these guys are 1 or 2 plays away from getting in, and if they learn something that can help the Comets later in the season, where there's very little room for error, or in 2021 or 2022.
Oh yeah.
If you can teach that to these kids now, it'll mean a whole lot.
Yeah.
Especially game experience, because there's nothing like getting out between the lines.
No, nothing. Can't mimic that in practice.
Looks like a handoff here.
Oh.
I believe that's Tate on the run, and he has stood right up.
Yeah. See, looks like they're going to try to hurry up and
get
another playoff here. They are out of timeouts.
26 seconds left. They're going to throw the back shoulder fade. Almost caught.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice ball there.
Yeah, that was a nice throw. A very tough pass.
Yeah, that's like maybe only Aaron Rodgers might be able to fit that in there.
Yeah, some good coverage.
Oh.
And it looked like that ball maybe should have been caught.
I know, yeah, actually. That was not as tight as we thought. Yeah, that might have been.
Yeah, defensive back just turned around a little bit, but
that was a nice tight spiral.
Still some good coverage.
Oh, yeah, good coverage. Oh. Yeah, I mean, nice tight spiral there. You saw him get his feet set, so.
His seat fed, as they always say.
I know.
Running the option. No, it'll be a quarterback keeper.
Yeah, there you go.
And that'll be a touchdown.
There you go.
Fairfield getting something out of this game. Talon Fisher, his first touchdown, and this kid definitely has some moxie. So
He does. Yeah.
I'll be the one to say first of probably quite a few, considering he's a freshman already starting for this team.
Yeah, you'll be hearing his name for years to come. You'd have to think, getting obviously experience this early, that eventually could be quite the terror on this conference. So they all should beat him down while they can, I guess.
Yeah, you get some experience now once this team starts to grow up a little bit. That could be
a problem.
Could be a problem. As that kick is good by Nick Matty to make it 24-12, as we just have the last 15 or so seconds left to run out.
Comets 24.
In this 24-12 game. Once again, third quarter, pivotal. Mason forcing turnovers, converting third and very longs, and getting the points to get out to a big lead, and have kept it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and mistakes played on both sides. Obviously, we've had our mistakes tonight. It's the first game for everybody, so it's expected. But yeah, Mason's got a lot to build off of. Like I said, I think Molnar maybe took the job tonight. I don't know. He seemed to really settle down the offense there in the second half. And
yeah, and you can see, all 4 of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You can see why they're in this competition.
Exactly.
All 4 of them have something that they bring to the table, but right now it's looking like, Fisher is the guy that they're going with in Fairfield. It's the guy they want to try to develop, as maybe this might be a little bit of a down year. And then for Mason, it looks like, with the senior leadership of Nolan McCormick, Molnar seems to be a little bit more of a calming presence, and he looks to be the guy that might have this job. And, once again, it's one of these things that you can't draw up for too long, considering there's only a 6-game season, and then you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're going to have to figure it out quick, and, I think both teams have kind of told us the second half who they're going to ride through the season with.
Iverson Borders catching that pass and just going straight down. Doesn't want to risk any fumbles. Just go right down, and then I think we'll just have one kneel to finish it off here. If you look here, the Comet offense coming out for the last time.
Nothing feels better than this.
Getting some of the backups off. You can see Big Paul Rodriguez not in right now. But
but this is the best play in football, let me tell you. There you go.
Snap is taken. Knee is down. And as we run the last 3, 2, 1 off the clock, Mason Comets have done it, beating the Fairfield Indians 24-12 on this week 1 of Friday Night Football. Mason starts off 1-0 as they head to Lakota East next week. Fairfield falls to 0-1 as they host Middletown next week. Getting a look at some of the big plays in the game. This 75-yard scamper by player of the game, Nolan McCormick.
Yeah, and again, just make one guy miss, and then he's gone.
McCormick, 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air, as you'll see here, on a 3rd and 22. Throws it to Rue, and that's an easy 6 points for the Comets. Comets taking advantage of some Fairfield mistakes, able to make the most of their opportunities, and they come out victorious.
You cannot congregate to wait.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight as you see Coach Kastner congratulate the Comets on their big first win of 2020. For the guys in the truck and all of our camera crew, for Zach Redmond on the color, I'm Greg Miller. Thank you so much for joining us for Friday Night Football, Week 1 on ICRC-TV and ICRC-TV.com. Be sure to join us next week for some more Friday Night Football.